Alright, so we're going into Fuji International Speedway with the Nissan Skyline R34, going flat out into the first turn. Line is about to start right now, and we're going to focus on the braking point. So right up here on the left hand side, you're going to see the meter boards, 200, 150. You're going to start braking right now and start slowing down. Car wobbles a little bit because it's huge. You're going real fast. Hit the apex, flat out, third gear. Get to the side, get to the right side for the left-hander. So now we're paying attention to the 75 meters, and then hit the apex again. Make sure you don't turn in too fast and spin out. Alright, so right here is more of a big curve, but then we're going to get slightly over to the left-hand side to be able to hit this really steep section. Alright, focus on a good exit. Careful you don't spin out, hit the apex, and then this is as straight as it's going to get for the rest up until the big straight at the end. So I'm going to hit this, stay on the right side, get to the left for this awkward section of the track. Start slowing down. It's a bit of a hard point of reference, but it took definitely a couple bit of practicing for me to get off the track, trial and error type thing. So this section was pretty hard because you had to slow down so much. You didn't want to turn in too hard. So now we're going to go through here, hit the apexes and all of them. All right, so last curve. So we're going to get on the right hand side to hit hard left, hit the apex, get on the power. Gonna go inside and then outside, and then right here is gonna be your straightaway. Make sure you don't go too wide because then you're gonna lose a lot of lap time. All right, and then just flat out. But yeah, so far so good on this one. Definitely a couple, I would say 5 or 6 laps of practice and a lot of trial and error to get this one right, especially on the turns, because even if it is four-wheel drive, still pretty hard to control on a track like this. Alright, so here we are with the second lap with the RX-7. So again, we're going on a huge straight. We're going to look out for the 200 meter board that is coming up on the left. This one, because it is rear-wheel drive, it's going to be a little bit trickier to turn. Wobbling a little bit, braking, hit the apex, try to get a good exit, start flooring it. So down the third, get on the right side because we're going to do a left-hander. Again, we're going into about 75 meters is what the aiming point is. Got to brake a little bit sooner for this one. I did spin out a couple times when I was turning. Initially with this car, it is rear-wheel drive, so it is a little bit harder to control. I did notice that this car is a little bit faster on the straights when it comes to accelerating, but the challenge with this one is just the turning, because every time I try to turn, I spun out. So again, hitting the apex here, getting a good exit. This is, again, going into a big curve, but we can go flat out. So on the right side, then start going to the left for the awkward part of the track. Going into big braking zone, almost lost it here. But I slowed down a little bit too much, but I was paranoid that I was going to spin out. So again, getting these sides tight, and then left hand side, another one up the hill. So this one again, it seems pretty slow, but it's all to make sure that you don't spin out. So again, get on the right side, start braking pretty early. That one's a tricky braking zone because there's no real sign, so it's all mainly just trial and error. Again, we're going into the last part of the track. Try not to go too wide as you're going to lose a little bit of time. Hit the apex or try to get as close as possible, and then flat out. So I did notice that this car was actually a little bit quicker when it came to the turning. So mainly the exits. But yeah, pretty good time with this one. I was happy with it.